How to put this together. So we're going to start with our background first before we jump right into the metal bunny. So we're going to take, these are the 21-inch ruler stick. They're like this. You can get them at Home Depot, Lowe's. I haven't seen them at Walmart. Some people say you can get them at Walmart. Probably any hardware store, I'm guessing, that has paint. Because these are for like the big bucket stir sticks. Usually there's 3 to a pack. I'm going to be using 5. They do have, typically they'll have a nice clean side, and then they'll have a ruler. This one you can barely see it, but it is there. So there is a ruler side and there is a back side too. So just something to keep in mind. But we're going to be using 5 of them. And we're going to keep it to where all 5 are the same length or the same direction. And the reason I say that is because these guys, they have like a handle portion of it. So it dips in, and we want all of those. Sometimes I alternate them. On this project, we're going to have them all at the top. So all the handle parts are going to be at the top for this. Just so you know on that. We're going to go ahead and do what we normally do. We stain it, right? With our, bring it in our good old Waverly Antique Wax and get the stain in. Again, I definitely make sure that your ruler side is going to be the back side, just because the stain actually might bring out, so you see more of the ruler side, and you don't necessarily want to do that. But, I mean, maybe you like that. I don't know. Some people might like that. But these are solid. I like the fact these are solid wood. For the most part, they're pretty smooth because you're going to be, you know, stirring paint with them, supposedly. So, you don't have to necessarily sand them. Still be careful on the sides for splinters, because that is always a possibility. I am doing all the sides and the bottom and the top, just in case you might potentially see it. Especially get the sides here in the little groove, because you will definitely, even though you put them together, you will still see it. They're all stained up. I love how this looks. Don't they look great? They look fabulous. Alright, so now we're just going to take it and we're going to flip them all over. Because obviously they're not going to stay together by themselves. So what we want to go ahead and do is, these are also at the Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. They are also for the small stir sticks, basically, is what they're kind of labeled as, small stir sticks. And so they're just big, basically, they're big popsicle sticks. And I can just cut them with scissors because they are super thin. We're going to go ahead and do 3 of them. So a lot of the time my measuring is by eyeball. I like to eyeball measure. They cut pretty nicely. Pretty easy. Always save those little pieces. You never know when you might need them. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and get our tacky glue. Tacky glue is what we are going to be using to hold these together. You could also use wood glue too, would definitely probably work really good as well. Make sure you try and get all the glue on every single one of them, because you want to hold them together. Alright, now we're going to take this and set this off to the side, let this kind of glue together, and we're gonna bring in our and make our metal bunny. Doing a metal bunny. we're definitely going to be using, now typically mason jar lids come in two sizes. They come in the smaller and the larger, right? These already came pre-done in white. I'm not quite sure what this was on. It was on something. It was already white. I didn't do anything different with that. Now, the bigger ones, I have not come across any that came in white, so this might end up painting it. And what we're going to do, obviously, this is going to be the body of our bunny. This is going to be our head of our bunny. Now, what are we going to do for ears? Right? What are we going to do for ears? So I came up with this plan. And what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you two different ways of doing this. So the first way is we're going to take another of the large size. These are tin snips, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut it in half. So if you can eyeball, or you can try and measure, I'm just going to eyeball halfway. So it's roughly, guessing it's about, there we go. That's roughly about half. And that's fine. Oh, look at that. I did pretty stinking good, you guys. Okay, so now we've got two halves. Okay, well, that doesn't make very good ears, right? That doesn't look right at all. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we need to kind of flatten the curve, right? We're going to flatten the curve. We're going to take, these aren't needle nose, these are flat pliers almost, but they're bigger pliers, right? And we're going to grab it and squish. Grab it, squish, and pinch. So basically, we're just going to push down and kind of pull out. So it's making it flat, but yet it's pulling it out. And we're going to just do this the entire way. The entire way down here. And it is a little tough. You have to put a little bit of effort into it. But it leaves a kind of a cool markings on it. Alright, so now it's flat, but yet it still has this curve, right? I like that. So now we just do the same thing with this one. Now we've got two curves, all right, and they kind of go together a little bit, but we're going to bring back in our tin snips here, and we're just going to angle it. Tin snips work great, you guys, by the way, just a heads up on that. Just cut off the little tips here. Be careful, it is going to be probably a little bit sharp, just a heads up. Alright, so there, look at that, now we've got a little bunny ear, right? So, and then we just do another one, and we have two ears. And then what we're going to do is take Gorilla Glue. This is the Gorilla Glue, or if you have like E6000, that might work as well. But basically, we're bonding metal to metal. And then I've got these little clamps. And we're going to give these, we're going to give this some time to set up here. And as long as the top piece glues together is what I'm looking for, the bottom piece, the bottom part of it, we can like finagle and bend and move around. after it's dry. But for the most part, I just want to make sure that that gets put together like so. Just kind of hold it together like that. Now remember what that looks like, and then, all right, we'll put that off to the side. Now, I've got this. This is actually, it's metal, it's called metal ribbon is what it's called. And this was from Hobby Lobby. It comes in different sizes. There's a smaller one. This is the smaller one as far as like width wise. And then there is a larger one that's a little bit thicker. And what I did was I cut a piece that I thought would be long enough for the, let's see, how good was I? Oh, 5 inches exactly. Pretty good because I eyeballed that. So 5 inches up. That's what I did for his ear, which was pretty good. Right, so I'm just going to cut another one of these. I like to leave, it's like a trick on this, I leave, these are the zip ties that came with it. I leave the zip ties on it because it helps hold it together. Just a FYI on that. That's kind of a trick that I do. Let's make one more because it's not super thick. If this was thicker, I wouldn't be doubling it up, but because it's thinner, because that looks like a stupid ear, right? I mean, I guess you could make that, you know, give it some points and that could be the ear. But what we're going to do is separate it. So it's like so. So that's a thicker ear, right? But again, it doesn't look like an ear. It looks like a box. So we're just going to take our tin snips and cut us an ear shape. Again, just be careful. It is metal, you guys. Always be careful when you're dealing with metal. Definitely not a craft for children, for sure. And then we want to go the other side. Again, I am not, I mean, if you want to do like a template or something, like on paper before you do it, like, that's totally up to you. And then voila, I've got an ear like that. And here I did another one already, just because I could. How cute is that, you guys? That is the cutest ears ever. They're so cute. Okay, so again, and then you just need to glue them and do that kind of stuff. So put this off to the side for just a minute. Next thing for our bunny, of course, we have the body and we have the head, right? I mean, it's fine. Like I said, these come with these, but then it's metal, right? So if you flip it around, it's white. That's kind of cool, right? Already. I kind of like that. We're going to do something special with the belly, and I'm going to leave that until when we actually put it on our board. And but we are going to go ahead and glue the head piece to where it's popped up so that like it has a flat part of it. And I already glued one together. And we're gonna rough it up because I do want to still keep it kind of metally and shiny. So we're just gonna, it's not doing what I want it to do. So no problem. We're gonna end up painting it. It's not that big of a deal. It's fine. So now we want to go ahead. We want to paint our base or our belly. And we're going to go ahead and paint our top here. And we're just going to bring in, I have Waverly chalk paint. This is kind of like an off-white color. And basically it's just going to tone it down. So it's just not going to be shiny like I kind of originally was planning. But that's fine. So again, I think I'll probably just do a messy job of painting on this. We won't do a pretty job. Alright, bringing back in our board, So it's all dry on this side. Everything's put together. I want to do something with this up here. All right, and so I was thinking, because of to bring up the white from the white bunny, I've got this white jute cord. This was actually a ball shaped instead of a donut. It's from Walmart. And I usually like to do this with these projects is wrap the cord around. Typically I'll do like the regular jute, but like I said, I kind of want to bring up the white in this project from that's going to be coming in from the rabbit, because we're doing a metal bunny, remember. I like having it a little thick. I like that. So I think we're going to go with that. And then we just flip her over. And we're just going to put it I'm going to tie this, but then we're going to do something else that I normally do with things like this, is take a little bit of felt. So I'll just take some of my felt and just going to make sure that stays down. We're going to use our tacky glue here. Now, if you notice, I'm not trying to get all of the cord in here. And there's a reason for that, because this could also work as the hanger as well. So that's why I do this, so that this part gets tucked in. This part can be used as our hanger. Okay, so we can use this to hang up our project. So that's how that works. Make sure it stays down. All right, back to the front. Back to the front of this. Let's get our bunny on here, okay? So we have, the head. Here's the body. Remember, I did a rough painting on these too, so it's just kind of still a little shiny. We're gonna put it through like so, and then we got the ears. Now this one is still drying a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. I think we can take it off now. But I already did a little bit of white. I was kind of jumped the gun a little bit here. Now we need to trim these up so that they come against the head a little bit better. So again, with our tin snips. That goes like that. So this one together. So I think we're going to go with that. And we're going to call that good. And then the bunny is going to sit right here. Okay, so with that intent, I want his belly, the inside of his belly, we are going to, I've got this little fence with flowers on it, and that's from the Dollar Tree from 2024. And we're going to stick that right in like that. How cute. Paint marker here. There we go. I don't want to do crazy. I still want to see some of the brown through it. So we're going to go just a really light, almost dry brush. That way when you put his lid back on, we can paint this guy and it will kind of come through a little bit more. So I think what we're going to do on this, we're going to paint some things. So let's get this started and put him, let's start gluing together because this is going to take a little bit of time. Gorilla glue. And the ears. All right, perfect. Just like that. Now, since I've got that stuff kind of going, we'll try and get everything going at the same time, right? Might as well go ahead and with the chalk paint, we're just going to touch up the ears here. All right, perfect. This little bit of a brighter pink color. I always save my scraps, so whatever, if I mess this up, like, I will just use it on a different project. All right, let's just plop this down in here. We might not be able to get this under this piece there. So this could be a little bit interesting. I should have put these in first, you guys, but got a little distracted here. There we go. So, and then we'll just glue it in there. We're going to do this honey brown. Kind of make them look a little, kind of like terracotta. Okay, so we got the fence painted there. Green on our flowers. We're just going to be using a classic green. It's kind of one of my favorite greens. The more you watch me, the more you'll hear me say that, because it is. Those are all painted and looks good. I didn't paint all the way around because this part here I'm going to put up against my board, so I don't necessarily need to paint it or anything like that. So we're going to leave that. back to these. We've got the green on, we got the dark brown, then we've got the different little flowers in here. So we're gonna go with, I want little purple ones. We're gonna go purple cow as the all right. So there's the purple. Next, I think we're going to use this pink, which is a rose pink. So it's just kind of a really light, almost muted color pink here. That pink looks really good with the purple. And for the little butterfly that's on there, we're going to use this yellow. It's a goldenrod yellow. There we go. I like that. Some more assembly with our board here. Now this is going to go inside here. So we just need to get our glue. And that's just going to go right in there, just like so. And then the little flower pots are going to come over here on each side, but we're going to put stuff, we're going to put flowers in them. So real quick, this is just some extra foam that I had. Still working on it. I always save all my scrap foam. It's from the Walmart is where I got this specific ones. And I'm just going to cut off just a little bit. Just enough to put just kind of put a little bit on there. It doesn't have to be a whole heck of a lot, just a little. And we may want to give that a little bit of a haircut as well. That's okay. For the most part, we'll just let that go. Now on the flower pots, we're going to continue. This one's got a wild side. We got these little, what are these? Mini daisies from the Dollar Tree. And I love this purple, and these guys are so cute. We're just going to stick those right in our little flower pots. How cute is that, you guys? So cute. And then we're just going to put plenty of glue on these little guys here. thinking about, we don't need a lot. Spanish moss goes a long way. What if we put down here? Yeah. There we go. I kind of like, that kind of gives it more of a finished kind of look. Like the bunny's not floating in midair, right? In half. And we are just going to place it here. I'm going to take this a little, this is just that gel super glue. I'm just going to put this. I want to take this ribbon because I kind of bring more of the purple in. And we're going to do a little bow, I think. This is just a red, purple and white polka dot. This is actually from the Dollar Tree. And we're going to do a simple one loop each direction. Kind of like so. Just so that it keeps it, so you can see the, yes, I kind of like that. And then for the center part, we're just going to use this as 1/8 of an inch ribbon. For the center of our little bow here. We can hide a little bit of the connection. We've got all this open space, and I did a project with lace, and we are going to stick these little butterflies that I did with lace, and they're going to go right here. How cute is that, you guys? Keep on coming back and see more at the Purple Penguin Craft Room. I'm Vicki, and happy crafting.